and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Shawn. And hello.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is a show where we use the power of crass sincerity to talk about our comic book collection. We like to pick on comics that we have in our collection. And
I don't know if I would say pick on.
Pick on, analyze, mine for
content.
whimsical observations.
Sure.
This is more something to that effect, you know? Kind of looking at a book and be like, that's something.
Yeah.
That was the thing I read.
Sure was.
And then and then you listen to it, and hopefully you enjoy it. That's what we do here.
Yep.
I've been reading some books.
Yeah, what you been reading?
I finally got around to reading. So there was a series of annuals from 1990 for Marvel. So actually, 1990 in general. So what they did was they had a bunch of books, and they were like, "Hey, let's take a bunch of these books and set up like stories that go across these annuals." And the one that I was more interested in at the moment was something called Life Form.
Okay.
And it was Hulk, Daredevil, Punisher, and Silver Surfer.
Okay.
It's kind of like a horror. It's actually what I like. I think what I liked about it was like a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
But it kind of features 4 different sections where it's a different hero.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about like a monster, or it's about like a guy whose father is like a shitty politician, and he wants to like defeat communism in America. And he's like, or something to that effect. And he's like, "Hey, son, I know you wanted to be an actor, but you need to be a scientist. And then also, I want you to go steal this this biological weapon for me, And I want you to dress up like a gimp while you do it for some reason." He's literally wearing a gimp mask.
Okay.
He's wearing like it has
nice.
It has like 3 zippers over the mouth. It's quite something.
That's very funny.
And he goes to steal this thing, but the weapon ends up getting broken or getting loose. And he turns into this Resident Evil thing that just keeps like growing. And first he's like a humanoid, but then it's like becomes more of just like a blob. And it just wants to like it's got mouths and shit.
Ew.
It's really gross. And
I don't like when things have multiple mouths.
It's a lot of mouths, a lot of eyes, a lot of like it's like we're hungry.
Nope. Don't like that.
And it gets pretty crazy. The Hulk's one is weird because it's like from the perspective, you still hear the thoughts of this guy that got infected, and he's like in this like mind prison where he's like kind of doing like the soliloquy to us.
Okay.
And talking about how he's like, "Well, I wanted to be an actor, but here's what happened, and now I'm a monster.
Oh no.
And now I have to fight the Hulk, but this is back when he was a gangster."
The actor to monster pipeline is real.
Yeah, it is real. And the Hulk, he has to fight the Hulk when he's the Gray Hulk. So he's like so this is the thing. And at the time wasn't when Hulk got angry. He turned into the Green Hulk. When it turned night, he turned into Gray Hulk, and the Gray Hulk was like a kind of like a mobster, like, "Yeah, well, I'm a mobster, yeah," kind of that. Or Mr. Fix-It it was in, or Joe Fix-It, I think that was.
Why?
I don't know, actually.
Okay.
I really don't know. I kind of think I should know, but I don't. Something happened.
Fair.
And it's just all of a sudden it was like, oh, I guess this is the thing now.
This is the thing that happened.
And eventually they just merged all of them together, and that became Smart Hulk.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Is that what they literally call him, Smart Hulk?
I think that was kind of the given name. And I don't know if they ever just said, "Hey, Smart Hulk," I like how the Avengers, it was just like off screen.
Yeah.
Where like all of a sudden, like,
he's like smart.
Hulk's like, he's like, "Hey, I'm pretty cool now. I'm eating a burrito." He's dabbing and shit. I'm wearing glasses.
I'm wearing glasses in this sweater. I look like a professor.
Yeah, because he's Smart Hulk.
Smart Hulk. Yeah.
I always liked Smart Hulk because it was like
I like a Smart Hulk.
He was a Smart Hulk because he was he was strong, and he would like but he also, there was a time where Hulk was carrying guns.
Sure.
He had really big guns. Like the biggest guns.
I feel like that's really unnecessary when you're the Hulk.
That's exactly. I mean, but he just had to have the big guns. But I'm like, but you're
All
the Hulk.
right.
Like literally, they do so many things. Like a mountain fell on you and you lived.
Right.
Back in like Secret Wars.
Wow. That's impressive.
So that's a weird one, and then it just ends up with like Silver Surfer, because Silver Surfer, it's like Silver Surfer. It's funny because he's just like, oh hey, in my book I killed Thanos, so in my book I'm flying to Earth to be like, I don't know how any other way to contact Earth except to fly there.
Okay.
And so he's just
radios don't exist.
No, I don't know. I guess not. There's no space contact. He flies over to like the Avengers, and Captain America's just like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, hey, I killed Thanos. And he's like, cool.
Nice.
And he's like, all right, I'll see you later.
Bye.
And then like something happens with the Fantastic Four, which is actually funny too, because like Nick Fury is like, hey, oh shit, something's going on here. We need like Reed Richards' help. But for some reason, he called Reed Richards on like his super private line.
He has a super private line?
I guess. Some
cool.
frequency. And Reed Richards is like, how the hell did you get this? And he's like, well, I'm just here to tell you there's like a big monster and we can really use your help. And Reed Richards is like, all right, cool. Don't ever call me here again. But then like Silver Surfer just shows up. He's like, oh, hey, look, it's Reed Richards. Hey, I killed Thanos. And Reed Richards like, cool. I'm off to like fight a giant monster. Do you want to help? And he's like, cool. And so Silver Surfer like lets the monster like absorb him, but he's Silver Surfer, so like he's invincible, because like he's got that shiny shell, and he just takes the monster and like as it's enfolded around him, and like flies really deep into space and just like throws it onto him like a asteroid or a planetoid or something. Man,
people just throwing stuff all over. He
just leaves it there,
galaxy.
And the monster's like, it's like, but we're hungry. It's like, yeah, but we're just gonna, because the monster's like, kill me, and then Silver Surfer's like, no, I can't kill. I can't.
Jesus.
It's the whole thing where superheroes like, it's like the perfect time to do a kill. And
they're like, no.
And they're like, no, I killed once a long time ago by accident.
And I will never kill again.
But
I will sentence you to a fate worse than death.
I will say, but worse than death is okay. That's
not a problem. We have no problem with worse than death.
Yeah, worse than death.
But death, yeah, that's an issue for me.
So
Sorry
he just leaves this thing on a planetoid or whatever. And I don't know if it ever came back. I don't know if somebody's like flying or whatever and just like, oh shit, what's that? Whatever.
Yeah.
But this thing's just on this. It's real. It's because it's real gross.
Yeah. Fate worse than death.
Yeah. So but I was like excited to
read that.
To read that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been reading a little something myself. I've got my Superman in the 70s book that I'm reading, trade, which has Captain Thunder, who is also
I didn't know about
just
this.
Captain Marvel, and I don't know if this is like a trademark thing that happened, but it that's weird. And then I've been reading the
because at some point in the 70s they did do Shazam. Mm-hmm. Like it was a thing that you were able to like.
That's why I'm like, is it like a rights thing here that we're like still working out? I don't even know.
I mean, you could probably look it up and it'll probably tell you. But
so I'm doing that, and then I'm also reading the Love Hurts Sirens book, which I am not a huge fan of the writing because it comes off like a bunch of 20-year-old girls like tittering at each other.
Pretty much.
But I will read any book where Batman and Catwoman are fucking, so 1 million out of 10.
I know.
It is the best book I've ever read right now.
Yeah, they're really getting it on in there.
Good.
I've read that.
I'm telling you, if DC wants all of my money, which they pretty much have already, but if they want more of my money, all they have to do is just give me an ongoing series where Batman and Catwoman are fucking. Like, and maybe they can solve mysteries too.
Isn't what their series together was?
Not enough fucking.
Oh, I mean, obviously, but they can't fuck every issue.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Because it's the way you tell time. It can't just be like a day and Batman and Cat. I mean, I don't know if you do like a daily thing. It's like, all right, I guess we're done with crime. Let's fuck.
I see no problem with this.
I know you don't.
They can solve mysteries too, but I mean, like their Batman Catwoman series got like real weird because like, Tom King was like, we're gonna jump around time, and the Joker's here for literally no reason whatsoever, and Selina's friends with him, and I'm like, no, she's not. No, she's not. Selena would never be friends with the Joker.
Yeah.
Just like in this other one where like everybody seems to know she's banging Batman. I'm like, she would not tell anybody she's sleeping with Batman. She would just be like, oh, I'm sleeping with one of my many lovers and just like leave it at that.
Yeah.
Even if it's just him.
She doesn't say she's sleeping with Batman. I think she says she's dating Bruce Wayne.
She's dating Bruce Wayne, but Ivy and Harley know she's fucking Batman.
Yeah.
And I don't think she would ever tell them.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
Dialogue-wise and stuff like that.
It's for younger women. Like I said, it is written for like 20 to 25-year-old girls.
Was it like the women. One issue? Was it Harley's just one girl was like, "Oh, you're dick dizzy."
Yeah, that was the last issue. You're dick dizzy.
And I'm like,
and that's what I mean. It's like,
is that a term people use?
No, I thought she was going to say dickmatized, which is actually I prefer that term more. But again, I'm like, wow, this is written like way young. It's for a way younger audience than my old ass.
Hey folks, I want to tell you about Magazines and Monsters, a podcast that's dedicated to comic books as well as classic horror and sci-fi films. This podcast channel contains a bunch of shows like the Bronze Age of Horror Comics, a podcast that's, well, it's about Bronze Age horror comics. There's also The Brave and the Bob, a show celebrating Volume 1 of The Brave and the Bold from DC Comics and all things Bob Haney. But hey, let's not forget the main show itself, Magazines and Monsters, which rotates between old school horror and sci-fi films with a heavy emphasis on the British studios Hammer and Amicus. Plus, you'll get a selection of episodes about comic books ranging from DC to Marvel and everything in between. So join your host Billy D and a few of his favorite friends for a fun and positive look at his 2 favorite pastimes. Find Magazines and Monsters now on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Something I didn't enjoy as much is this Daredevil that we're going to read today.
Oh, you didn't enjoy this?
No. I mean, there are parts in here that I absolutely enjoyed, but I got to tell you, this is an ugly book.
Daredevil. Number 276 from January 1990. This is still within Acts of Vengeance. We are carrying on from last issue where Daredevil and Ultron cross paths. You know, we have the same team, so it's Andesenti, John Romita Jr. Is the penciler. Andesenti's the writer, obviously.
Yeah.
And Al Williamson, inker. There's certain artists I know whose styles are what.
You know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, I always thought that John Romita Jr. was a better artist.
No, you know what I think makes this book ugly? Because when we are looking at just the characters, they look fine.
Yeah.
But when you get Ultron, like you get him here and he is spewing this mustard and red.
But that's what he does.
No, I know. But that muddies the panel to me.
Okay, the color. You mean the way it looks, yeah.
That it just makes the whole fucking book ugly.
Yeah, it is. Here's the thing.
That bothers me.
Because it's not just like every so often. It's like the entire book.
That's what I mean.
He's just constantly spewing.
Yeah, because I mean, there's plenty of here's Daredevil just standing around. He looks fine. Like there's a part too where Ultron is carrying her up a hill of skulls, which we'll talk about, and he looks fine. But when he starts spewing all of this stuff, and it's not just like a little bit, it's the whole panel.
Right.
It's so fucking ugly to look at.
Right.
So yeah.
So we left off with Daredevil and Karnak and Gorgon of the Inhumans. There was a big explosion when they were fighting Ultron, and they've been rendered incapacitated. And
Ultron has decided that number 9 is the perfect woman.
Yes.
He is going to, take her somewhere.
He's going to take her somewhere. And the story itself is called The 100 Heads of Ultron. Oh, and we should probably talk about the cover, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because the cover actually is pretty neat.
I like the cover a lot, actually, because it's like Daredevil sitting on a rock, and he has an
sitting
Ultron head on a stick.
Yeah, he's got Ultron's head, literally just like a regular-ass stick, and he's just sitting here and just says, Hollow Victory.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff. Like Daredevil's covers always tend to be really cool.
Yeah.
Like there's always something interesting going on in most of the books. It's not just posing glop or whatever. It's always something. They always try to kind of give him something intriguing to do on these covers. But Ultron, though, yes, he is extolling the virtues of number 9. He is holding her up over his head for some reason. She's like, stop it. It's also too, we have to remember. So last issue when she first encounters him and he's like, hey, show me Daredevil, and she's like, no. And he like blasts her, and basically like immolates her, but she's been recovering.
Yes, she's getting better.
But I just love the way, I don't know if this is like a shadow or just a product of it.
Looks like she has a beard.
She has a beard.
Like a thick one.
She looks like one of the Freebirds.
No, you know what? This is like, when they draw a character who has like been on a binge for a couple of days, and he's like sitting there with like the bottle in his hand.
It's Tony Stark, Demon in a Bottle cover.
It's exactly like that. He is Eddie Valiant from fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit after like a 6-day binge. His brother is dead. Like, this is a beard with a capital B.
I would love it if Daredevil defeated Ultron with a gun filled with racist bullets.
Oh my god, I would love it. That'd be amazing. You know what? We just don't get enough racist bullets these days.
Oh, I mean, no, they're out there.
Oh, I know, but we just don't see them as much as we used to.
Yeah, right. But he's got her. Ultron's got this girl, and she's like, "What do you want?" He's like, "Oh, you're perfect," and I don't know if he knows what he really wants to do.
And that is a problem here because I think Ultron is having a weird philosophical debate that kind of gets lost.
Yeah, it does.
As we go on.
Right.
However, I have to say, so the panel next to the one where he's holding her up is just Ultron skulls on a mountain.
Of dirt. Now, I don't know if this. I'm pretty sure this mountain of dirt was not around before.
This is what I'm trying to figure out, because it looks like they're in a garbage dump.
Right. Because what happened was you get this explosion and
they were in the forest.
They're in the forest, and when they come to, it's like Daredevil or Ultron and number 9 are nowhere near them.
Right.
So at some point while they were out, Ultron found a place in the woods to create a gigantic hill of dirt and or trash, maybe possibly existing trash, carried all the heads that he had in that bag, which that's a lot of heads that I don't know.
He had 300 heads.
But he somehow created like this, like in your backyard when you're like trying to create something like a path. And you have like, the mulch and whatever on the sides. Like the mulch is just his heads.
Yeah.
Because he has like this path where some of these heads are just nicely like arranged.
Yeah, they're kind of like stones.
Yeah.
And then some of them are falling over. I think this is very funny. What this looks like to me, do you remember the Jet Li movie, The One?
Yes, I watched it, but I don't remember.
So
at pile of heads.
Spoiler for a movie that's like 20 years old. At the end of the movie, there is a giant mountain. And I don't remember if this is all the Jet Lis making up this mountain and then other ones climbing up to the top to fight the Jet Li. But that's what that made me think of.
Oh,
and the one is there's like this big fucking mountain and like all these Jet Lis like converging on the top of it. And it also looks like shit.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw that movie.
Maybe that was a tribute to this.
I saw that movie at the theater, but
yeah. So she's like, so this is the thing where Ultron is like, because number 9 is like, what do you want? And he's like, you are perfect. There are no absolutes. This paradox is one I must solve at the top. I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do at the top?
Solve.
So
yeah. So this is also where I'm like, are they at a garbage dump? Because the next panel down is like Daredevil and Karnak and the other guy.
Gorgon, yeah.
Yeah. Just like laying in what looks like gray slop. And then the way it's like,
oh, I was gonna say, yeah,
is over Daredevil's neck, so it looks like his head has been cut off.
You're right.
Our hero has been killed.
I was like, oh shit, Daredevil's dead.
You know what? There's a lot of decapitation in this book.
This book is, I guess, it's the last issue. I didn't realize.
R.I.P.D.
It's like, oh, I guess he's dead. I guess. All right. See you later, Daredevil fans.
Bye, Daredevil.
Sorry, Ben Affleck. You'll never get the star of this movie.
You know what? That would have been
years.
I was gonna say that would have been better for everybody. Let's be real.
Yeah, they come to, and Gorgon's like, oh, hey, that motherfucker, that's Ultron. We gotta get that guy. And Karnak's This is such a weird thing where Karnak's like, we can defeat him, but first I must meditate. Because I need to think about where to find his flaws.
Yeah, you know what?
That is my job.
Karnak's insufferable at this point.
It's kind of a thing where it's like, he's like, first I must go to Whole Foods, get myself some B12.
Yeah.
Where's the nearest Whole Foods?
He's just like, I'm going to meditate because that is my power as an inhuman.
I need some ginseng, some tiger's milk.
There's like a sound bowl that's going on. It's like, bow. And what's so funny about this, because we get to this later, is like he meditates on this and he literally comes up with like solar plexus and eyes. And you're like, oh, you mean the vulnerabilities for most everything?
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Good job, dude.
He's like, hang on, guys. I have to go get cupping done.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I got to get some cupping. I got to get some Reiki.
Oh, Reiki for sure.
And then all I can come up with is poke his eyes out. Good job. Okay. That's where he's vulnerable, guys. So I don't think you knew.
So what happened was I was at the Reiki and they had Three Stooges on. So when Mo hits the guy in the hits one of them in the stomach and he bops him on the head. It's like he's like, oh, we could do that.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
And I find it hilarious that is what he comes up with after meditating. But we get there later, and as everybody's kind of getting up, here comes this like kind of cool red pickup that's like kind of shitty, but like the old kind that's like small.
Yeah.
And
this is the Skip Ash.
What's her Brandy's dad and like Number 9's kidnapper? Question mark.
Yeah, definitely a kidnapper.
Because this was like a woman he just experimented.
I don't know why this guy isn't getting his ass kicked like constantly in this book, because he's probably the worst monster in this book.
It's really upsetting
considering
actually.
What this guy has been doing.
Yeah.
But Daredevil's like,
this is my favorite part.
Oh, wait, so Daredevil is like, hang on, I can hear her heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I could do. You know, I got great senses. So I'm a blind guy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna steal this truck.
This is so funny because Daredevil getting in the truck, the panel alone is like the best panel in the whole thing. Just him like climbing into the driver's side of his truck is the best panel of this whole thing. But also he's like, okay, I'm gonna take this truck, and I'm like, do Daredevil's senses like extend past the edge of the truck? I thought it was just him.
He's got.
I mean, in that shitty movie when there's water, like Ben Affleck could see all the things. Like, I don't know if that happens in the book.
You know, Daredevil, because I don't know exactly where. I mean, there can't be that far because it seems like he gets there pretty quickly.
Oh yeah,
to where this giant pile of heads is. I guess you could maybe see it.
Yeah,
but he finds them and he drives over. You know, he gets there real quick, but it's like because he senses her heartbeat.
Yeah,
Number 9's heartbeat, and I'm like. But how far? Like, what is like? Because like Wolverine, it's like Wolverine. Like Wolverine's got really good senses. Like he could smell really well.
Sure.
And Daredevil basically could do all those things except see.
If he's in the car, does he just be like, how do you tell where like the heartbeat's coming from?
Yeah, no. Actually, how could you tell? How could you discern that?
Over the
over the car engine?
And I'm sure he can, but at the same time, I'm like, you're also inside of a car. So that helps block sound, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how any of this works. I'm a little bit confused by it.
I really
but
do.
It is very hilarious to see Daredevil get into a fucking truck.
The man who's
so
known
funny.
for Daredevil, the man who's known for being the most blind.
The most blind of all men.
of all comic book characters.
Of all the men.
You know, it's like it'd be like if you're reading like a JSA comic and Dr. Midnight's like, hey, I'm gonna drive to the store.
It's like, what?
It's like, no, don't.
So
don't let him.
And so nobody notices him taking this car until he drives away. And then everybody's like, hey, come back, Daredevil.
He's driving up this hill and he kind of plans for the idea to jump out at the last second before
Ultron
zaps it, which should have wasted him because he gets out and he's okay, but it's like
he shouldn't be.
That car explodes like it's like fucking dead. That reminds me of Predator.
Okay.
Do you remember that there's a scene in Predator where like they're fucking up that camp in the beginning?
Okay.
And there's a dude. It always sticks with me because they're fucking up that camp, and one of the, Arnold or whoever, they set like some truck and they started careening down a hill.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's on fire or whatever, but the truck's like careening, it's headed towards like some depot or whatever. And there's a dude that's like one of the revolutionaries. He tries to like, as the car is like hurtling down, he tries to open the truck and get in to stop it from doing that.
Oh no, does he fall under the wheel? I don't know.
No, he somehow gets in the truck, but then it immediately explodes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm like, why did you do that? Why not just run farther away? Like that is I never understood that. And I'm like,
was it heading towards people?
I don't know. It was headed. I don't know if it's headed. I think it might have been headed towards people because that might have been the idea. It's like, oh, hey.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to try to get the brakes, try to help these.
But
people.
But here's the thing: the shit's already going tits up, so everybody knows stuff's going on.
Yeah.
So if there's still, unless if he was setting it towards the mess hall, and he was like, no, mashed potatoes must save them.
I have to save them.
I must save our lodge.
I mean, you know who would do that? FATRON.
Oh, FATRON. FATRON's deal is when all the Ultrons go out and they're starting to smash everything up.
Uh-huh.
Ultron is in conservation mode.
Oh yeah,
because he's like, all right, so here's a bunch of freezers with some good steaks in them. I'm gonna make sure those don't get blown up. Yep. I'm gonna put a U over that so nobody.
Yeah.
Put a UF.
Yeah.
FU. Fat Ultron.
Fat Ultron. Fat Ultron is. Do you remember in Jurassic Park? Bryce Dallas Howard's in it, and she's wearing high heels the whole movie.
I think it's Jurassic World.
Yeah. And like the dinosaurs are coming, and there's the guy who everybody says is Jimmy Buffett. It's Jimmy Buffett who grabs the 2 drinks and like runs away. That's Fat Ultron.
Oh,
Fat Ultron's like, I will save the food. So you know what? If it's careening towards like a hot dog vendor, he's gonna save that hot dog vendor.
Oh, you bet. That car.
No, not the mustard. And then he jumps in front of it to save it. I must have my Brooklyn dog or whatever the fuck kind of dog it is. FATRON. FATRON.
I love FATRON.
I also love FATRON.
I wish FATRON was real.
Yeah, why?
Why? You're leaving money on the table, Marvel.
Why isn't FATRON real?
He's like, I need sustenance, and that sustenance is cheeseburgers. And it's just going into his fiery goal, and he's like, arr.
He's like eating like Cookie Monsters. Like just shit flying everywhere. Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, now I'm imagining Cookie Monster, but he's Ultron.
Oh, sweet. That's amazing. I love that.
He's just Ultron with googly eyes. Oh, man.
Okay, now if I had googly eyes, I would put them on a picture of Ultron. Unfortunately, I do not believe I have any googly eyes. No. Damn it.
Whenever he blows up this truck, Number 9's like, you killed Daredevil. I'll hate you forever.
And he's like, hate?
And he goes, no, hate. We cannot tolerate hate. I'll simply find the offending circuit. And he spends most of the rest of this book
ripping his own shit off.
Like ripping his own shit off. It's just like, nope, that's not it. That's
the thing.
That's not it.
So this is when this book becomes what Daredevil is trying to do in this book becomes completely pointless.
Yeah.
Because if he just sat back, Ultron would destroy himself because he's literally in the middle of that.
Yeah, he's
and Daredevil interrupts him.
Yes. Daredevil and Gorgon are trying to come up with some sort of plan.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got Ultron carrying Number 9 up this mountain of heads. And she's trying to because he's like, you're perfect. He's like, yeah, but
she's like, but I'm not. I'm flawed, just like everybody else.
But she's like, look, if I'm so perfect and and I'm to be protected, what's the point of protecting me if I'm perfect?
Yeah. Because
I should be showed off.
Yeah.
And he kind of comes to that conclusion, where he's like, huh. He's like, well, if that's the case, we should just vanish.
Yeah.
When I'm like, okay, what do you mean vanish? Like, you're not Magician-tron.
This is what I mean. This is kind of what year is this?
90.
Wow. This is really early then. Because this is kind of what Ann Nocenti would do in Catwoman.
Oh, okay.
Where shit is happening, but characters are talking and you're like, but what?
I could see that now. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, but what? Like, what are you talking about? And that's kind of what starts happening here, where like Ultron's like having all these philosophical things, and like Daredevil, who just looks very unhappy in that panel there.
Yeah.
Where he's like standing off. So like everybody's trying to figure out what to do. And this is where what's his face is like,
comes up and he's like,
hey, if you hit him in the eyes, it might hurt him. And like, so he's done meditating.
He's like, okay, his neck, the solar plexus, and the third eye. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, the places everyone's vulnerable.
Yeah,
okay.
my neck hurts too if you hit me there.
Yeah, but like also what I love about this is the drawing of it is like everybody's kind of like sitting in like a group, and Daredevil's all the way off on the side. Well, he's just like, I don't want to play with you guys.
Geography-wise, this is so strange because he tried to do this mountain thing, and Gorgon gets blown up or whatever, and Gorgon saves him.
Yep.
And then they just run to some like other clearing, and
and they like regroup. But also, I don't know how they got to wherever this was because Daredevil stole a car and fucking floored it.
I don't know. That's a good question because maybe they were used close enough. But but then why did you take the truck? Why did you just run there? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why not have why did you have to be a blind guy driving that truck?
The geography of this book doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense.
Yeah, well, it's upstate New York, so it could just be,
God only knows.
We're just laying waste to the Adirondacks.
I was gonna say, where are we? Adirondacks, yeah.
Yeah, we're just laying waste.
And so, like, Ultron is ripping wires out of his own chest to be like, I'm gonna find the one that's like offending or whatever.
He's trying to find the one that keeps him from experiencing happiness.
Yeah, and she's
I'm like, I need to find that wire.
Yeah, shit. Could he tell us where that is? And like, so number 9's like, wait. I can help you. We can go through these wires together. And he's like, you do that for me? And she's like, yes. And then he's like, well, wait a second. What if we picked the wrong wire? And then he starts ripping his own head off.
He starts really freaking out, and he's
ripping his own head off.
Yeah. He
is
I like number 9 just looking at his neck being distended. He's just like, oh.
He's literally ripping his own head off.
He's like, it must be my head. My head is the circuit.
Oh my God. And I'm just like, oh no.
I think Daredevil throws his billy club into it.
I don't really know.
Because you see this projectile here.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens.
I think that's what happens.
This is when it gets really ugly because this is all that orange and red.
Right, and it's
really hard to see what is going on.
And like Ultron's proportions are really odd because he's got like he kind of look like a normal like proportioned robot, but then like his shoulders and everything start getting all big, and
yeah,
and now his head's like flopping around.
Well, he's pulled his own head off.
And so he knocks Daredevil off a mountain.
Which, that's hilariously funny.
Falling down this giant mountain.
Yeah, and the skulls going with him is very, very funny. Because there's skulls everywhere. Just Ultron heads. Just like you took a bunch of Lego heads and threw them somewhere.
Pretty much.
That's what it looks like. I don't know why there's no other body parts, but I guess he only brought the heads.
That's all. Well, the heads were the one. I guess the heads have all the goods and the good parts in them or whatever. I don't know.
But that's like that Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, where like, forget what happens to Space Ghost. Like something happens to his brain, but he's like looking at Moby because he's interviewing Moby.
Okay, I think
and Moby is bald, and Space Ghost just starts thinking, he's like, because he becomes a cannibal for some reason. He's like, I bet that bucket's got some treats inside. And then he tries to eat Moby's head, and it's like awesome. Yeah. That's what all those skulls are.
So Gorgon is coming up from behind.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him, and he's like, oh, hope he doesn't sense me. I hope he doesn't find me. And I don't know if does Ultron technically fart in his face because he just kind of looks like a blast out and like from behind or whatever, and it just blows him away.
I mean, that would be FATRON's move.
Oh, FATRON, yeah, FATRON's beefing.
But I don't really know what happens there. It just goes zzz, and like, did he touch him?
No, he came up. He got caught trying to grab. He was trying to grab Ultron's legs or something.
Okay.
While he was distracted, and that didn't work. But then Daredevil comes to, and he's like, well, I'm not gonna let this happen to me again. I don't want to get hit again.
Daredevil's like really angry that he
Daredevil's just like
Daredevil is I don't really even like. He's kind of a mopey baby in his own book.
Well, he's like I said, he left New York City.
No, I get that, but like, calm down.
Well, also this has got to be really frustrating because he's like, oh, okay, I was about to leave, and then I got stuck here.
Yeah,
and I had to fight Ultron, which Jesus, come on now,
no one
Ultron
wants to do that.
Nobody wants to fight Ultron. I mean, he's got adamantium body. He's always spewing.
Yeah, which is gross.
Whatever. And now I keep getting my ass handed to me.
Yeah.
So he's just fed up with it.
I mean, I can't blame him.
And then Karnak's like, "Aha! I figured it out. The neck." So.
And you're like, yeah, "Good job, dude." So this is what's funny is like Daredevil. He comes back up, and Ultron's like, "Oh, you must be the perfect man because
goes,
like you survived that.
Yeah, he's like,
you survived falling down my hill of skulls." And Daredevil's like, "Nah, I'm not perfect because if I was, I'd have something better than this." And he hits the cables, and he knocks Ultron's head clean off.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't do.
Yeah, he does.
Oh no, he does. In the second one, yeah, because he hits him first. He does him first with the stick.
Oh, that's right. He
hits him first with the stick, and then Karnak kicks him in the solar plexus, and then Daredevil hits him again with the stick and knocks his head off.
Nice,
because his cables aren't adamantium.
Yes.
So if we did that,
because since he tried to pull his own head off,
yeah,
he has given us the perfect weakness. Aha! I, Karnak, have figured it out. Which is just so stupid.
Yeah, and then so you get this last moment here where number 9's like, "I'll help you, Ultron." He's got no head. He falls down this hill, and all of his heads are there.
She's very upset.
She's very upset because she was like trying.
She really liked it, and she's like, "No, oh my god, like not Ultron." And so she's like, she picks up the head, and she's like, "It's still warm." And she's like, "I need to be alone." And so she takes this head,
and I don't know what she's doing here. This drawing.
I also do not know what she's doing because she takes. I think she's burying it. However, that is not what that looks like.
No, it looks like she's about to be.
No, you know
Pearl.
what this is? Thank you. That's exactly it. It was Pearl with the fucking scarecrow in the field.
Yeah,
because it really looks like she is just like, I think this robot head can still perform cunnilingus. And that is what she looks like she's doing. And you're like, what is happening?
Oh, Pleasuretron.
Pleasuretron.
That's Ultron 69.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Nice. And then she's like, one day I'll figure it out. One day. And that's the end of the book.
That's how this ends. It doesn't end with Daredevil being like, shit, I guess I'll probably just go home or whatever. I'm just so fed up with everything.
Nope.
I fed up with this world. It's like, no, it just ends with this girl dressed like...
with her one-leg jumpsuit.
One leg. Like she's... Yeah, like some Kurt Angle's valet.
Yep.
Holding a robot head near her crotch.
Yep.
The end.
The end.
Written by Ann Nesenti.
What the hell, man? What happened?
I don't know.
Like, we got... At first, I was like, okay, here's the story. We got...
I don't have the next one, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. I don't think there is next one. There's no next one.
Oh, it's over.
It's over.
It's
That's
the last
it.
issue?
No, but I mean, like, that's the end of that arc.
I know it is, yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, wait a second. So you have Ultron. He's going to fight Daredevil. All right, cool. We've got all this stuff going on. And then Ultron has some sort of weird philosophical dilemma. Things go sideways. Also, now we're fucking ahead in a forest.
Dr. Doom's like somewhere, like getting word about it. I was like, wait, he did what?
Yeah.
What happened?
Wait, she was doing what?
She did what? Wait, hang on.
Wait, she did what?
Daredevil drove a truck? He can't. He's blind.
You know he's blind, right?
He can't see. That was really irresponsible of him to do that.
I mean, lucky he was in the forest.
But that's going to do it for Daredevil number 276 from January 1990. Thank you for listening, everybody. Find us on the socials at Angry Hero Shawn, at Jen Stansfield. Please rate and review the podcast anywhere you get it. Check us out on YouTube at Worst Collection Ever, where we update the podcast there every week and try to throw up a few different... The wrestling stuff is coming along. Hopefully we'll get to do that sooner than later. I need to get on top of it because it takes so much work to like
make guys,
make guys, but also like prepare everything, and just you only have so much time to do it.
Yeah,
but I want to do it because it's fun.
Sure,
it's fun to me. Yeah, check out our socials though. I've been taking some pictures. I need to get back into taking pictures of panels and putting those up again.
Yeah,
because I've been. I was going to mention I read some DC Comics Presents books. recently because I've been trying to figure out stuff for our show,
Yeah.
and go through my collection and our collection, and just kind of sorting out the books and some of these DC Comics presents, man, Jesus Christ, I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's some bonkers shit.
There's some weird stuff, man.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
We might do that next, actually.
Nice, let's do it.
I think we might do that just because it's fresh on my mind, and I'm like, I know I try to like steer away from doing too much like Superman, Batman stuff, but there's other guys in it. There's a whole, we got Dr. Fate, we got Strange, we got Dead, we got Deadman, we got cool people to hang out with us too. So we'll.
It does make it a little bit difficult when you're like, we can't do any Superman or Batman stuff, and I'm like, okay, so like literally 95% of my collection we can't do.
I know, but I try to space it out.
I understand.
I try to respect that because it's like, I want to bring as much diversity to these episodes as we can, because the collection is diverse and terrible. I want the listeners to experience that. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Bye.